Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. We're doing security today. I don't usually do security because I'm not quite as good at it as I am at other things. But before we dive into the security, if you are looking for a VPN, maybe you're locked in your house and you're trying to look like you're somewhere else, just get me out of here, at least virtually. Consider private internet access. I have an affiliate link for this, tlm.li/PIA. You can find it there on the screen. And with private internet access, you can connect up to 10 devices at a time. And this is going to cost you $40 for an entire year. You can do $40, get the whole year, and you are good to go. And this is the system that I use. I have the private internet access account, and it will block out a lot of your ad filters, ad trackers, and things like that, in addition to securing networks if you're on Wi-Fi's or need to break out of your geolocation. If it's like something's got to get out of this house, at least it's going to be my network connection. Consider private internet access. And on to the security news. First and foremost, Chinese digital spying is becoming more aggressive, according to some researchers. Now, they have traced malicious activity to Chinese government contractors. Actually, is this the one I have? No, there was a link somewhere. I thought it was this one, but there was a graph kind of showing, during the Chinese New Year it dropped down, and during the big outbreak it dropped down a little bit. But after that, the Chinese guys they're hacking away, guys. So remember, while we're all taking breaks, we're all here sitting here in our underwear watching our 87th show of some streaming series on Netflix, going, I don't even know what day it is. Talk to my friend, he's retired now. He's like, sometimes, most of the days, he forgets what day it is because, retired, what else do you have to do? That's how everyone's behaving. And this is going to be the biggest problem with all this. You get productive, people. But you're sitting there going, The hackers are still working, guys. The hackers are still working. Be aware of that. Cisco and Citrix both told Routers they have patched the vulnerabilities that were exploited in apt 41, which is a hacking group. So they're carrying out subsequent attacks. Frequently, the activity is one of the most widespread campaigns they've seen from China Nexus espionage actors in recent years. So this new activity from this group shows how resourceful and how quickly they can leverage newly disclosed vulnerability to their advantage. Whether the attackers are purposely taking advantage of reduced cybersecurity workforce during the stuff, or the timing is just coincidence, remains to be determined. That's right. We're not going to get into all that kind of stuff while we're here. All right. On to the next one. This is funny. So Netflix account compromise bug crowd doesn't want you to know about. So this was a little thing, but remember, was it last week or 2 weeks ago we had on the privacy news that shady company called Do Not Pay that's like, hey, we have a browser extension that you can share your login with other people. It's like, if you're going to be so lame as to watch Netflix, at least pay for it, people. At least pay for it. Okay, but the idea behind this thing is this extension would take the browser cookie and it would ship it off to your friend's device, and then you could revoke the browser cookie and things like that. Well, it turns out that there's actually a security vulnerability in the browser cookies, and a guy had found it, reported it through BugCrowd, but then Netflix comes out and says, this isn't a vulnerability. And so the guy's like, all right, if you don't care about it, he put it up on Twitter. He did a video about it. He showed the vulnerability. You had to be on the local network. So somebody would have to be on your local network. Then they could take advantage of your browser cookie. And then after he did that, then this bug crowd contacted him back and saying, hey, you need to take this post down. It's a violation because this is an unauthorized disclosure. The dude's like, I disclosed it perfectly. They said it wasn't on their radar, so I'm releasing it. Netflix then subsequently flipped around and said it was a mistake not to release it. So apparently, and I haven't heard of the guys getting credit for finding it, but regardless, now we're to the point where he can actually get in here and, I think he did take the tweet and the video down, I think. And in response to this, Netflix says, we're going to patch this. So if this is the case, I wonder how long that do not pay to steal your friend's Netflix account is going to be functioning. I don't know. What do you guys think? Kind of interesting little news related to last week's news. And hey, I was scraping the bottom of the barrel here. This is like using the spatula to scrape the last bit of cookie dough out of there, because there has really been nothing else in the news. Hence, we're doing security. All right. There is a new hacking group, and like it's a new, not a new group necessarily. It's a new hacking. Application. Nobody's seen it before. Totally weird applications. It seems to be exclusively targeting industry in the Middle East. Very interesting. So they're calling it Wild Pressure. It is fully fledged C++ Trojan. They call it Millium because there's apparently some comments in the code called Millium throughout, or variables, I forget. They said down here. And basically, it's going to get in and allow a backdoor. It's going to allow VPN directly into the system and its own update. So we have this nice little flow chart here. So here comes our little Trojan horsey. All right, so our horsey comes on in, and we have our little hacker dude over here. I can't tell if he's a hacker or if he's just he's just in quarantine with the face mask. I can't tell what he is, but anyway, it's a dude with a face mask. So this just looks like everybody at the grocery store today. So once Millium is downloaded on the victim's computer, the attacker can use its capabilities for remote device management to take control of the systems. Once inside, Millium can execute a wide range of commands, so it can upgrade itself to a new version. All right, auto-upgrading malware. Microsoft already created that, though. Collect information and send it to the CAC&C server. Of course, Microsoft did that, too. Execute commands from its operator. Microsoft did that and delete itself. Microsoft does this all. Guys, you're looking in the wrong place. This is Windows 10. Why are we reporting on this? Anyway, so aforementioned C++ programs are compiled as standalone PE files, originally named Millennium 46-32. The word Millium is used in the class names. That's it. It's the class names. It wasn't the comments or the variables. It was the class names. All right. There's some hash information, and there's a little bit more detail that I'm not a security researcher, so I don't know what any of that means down there. But you can find the links on switchedtolinux.com. You can find the links to all these guys. All right, the next one, I think this is our last one, new DNS hijacking attack abuse. So this is actually targeting several Cisco routers. And now, this is the type of attack that Firefox's new DNS over HTTPS will protect against. So if these hackers got into your router and installed their malware DNS on your system, if you have DNS over HTTPS enabled in Firefox, it is not going to be affected. Is this like, oh man, just take that, it heals the whole thing? No, I still find too many fundamental problems with DNS over HTTPS to use it. But if you are unsure and you're not managing your network on your own, that is a potential solution for something like this, although I would probably look at other targets as well. So what they're doing is they are breaking into your router, mostly piggybacking off of malicious malware related to current epidemics. And when it gets in there, now, one of the reasons I wanted to include this is yet another warning about using online accounts. So mostly targets Linksys routers, brute forcing remote management. It hijacks routers and alters the DNS. The DNS is going to go to, the DNS redirects a specific list of web pages to malicious, plaguey themed web pages, uses Bitbucket to store malware samples, tiny URL to hide the Bitbucket link. That's why I use my own link shortener. TLM.li is my own personal hosted link shortener. I don't use Bitly, tiny URLs. I think that they're a little insecure. I am using my own because of that. Now, here is one of the things they had. It's down here in the article somewhere. It's still unknown exactly how they're getting in, but from the statistics, it appears they are either brute forcing your router if you can log into your administration, your router's administration from the internet, which I hope you can't. That is an option you can turn off. If you can get into your router from the internet, they're brute forcing those, or they said what's possibly more likely or just as likely is that they are brute forcing into your Linksys cloud account. Because you have all these Linksys cloud accounts, you have all of these Ubiquity routers, all of these different things are all, you manage them on the cloud, on someone else's internet. It's the stupidest thing in the world, people. It is a router. It is capable of managing its own stuff. Would we stop putting everything on the cloud? Stop it. You're allowing a giant access by resourcing your router and managing it through somebody else's server, going from their server back down to your server is a huge, huge security hole. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, I'm still trying to find that spot. But it does actually say in here somewhere that they are taking advantage of those. Let me see if I can find it by searching. Cloud account, there it is. All right, so it seems that attackers are brute forcing Linksys router models either by directly accessing the router's management console exposed online or by brute forcing the Linksys cloud account. So don't be using Linksys cloud accounts. Radically insecure people. Don't be using other people's servers for things you don't need to be doing, like local network administration. That should be handled on your router, and do not allow access to those from the internet. Only be able to do that on the network. So those are my thoughts. If you like this video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Have a look at the links in the description down below. switchedtolinux.com is the website, switchedtolinux.com/support if you want to help learn how to support the channel, and leave me some thumbs up and some comments down there, or thumbs down if you hate my ugly face, whichever way you like. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.